construction project manager, and he's doing that entirely voluntarily, which is absolutely amazing. Brilliant. David.
I'm not sure I need that. Don't like that sort of thing. Hope you can hear me. Yeah, Jess asked me to give her a hand on this one, which I accepted the challenge. As just the last challenge I did down here was building the pier, which was interesting challenges to it, but it was a wonderful project because that was a community project and everybody wanted it to succeed. And I think that's what Jess does with projects like that, and I think this will be the same sort of thing. I think everybody wants this to be a success. It's going to do all sorts of wonderful things for the neighbourhood. But being Jess doesn't let you do things easily. So the first challenge that she set is that she wants people in this building occupying it 3 months from today-ish. We've had possession effectively 2 weeks now. So we've got a bit of a challenge there. This building, built in the 20s, has been empty for the last 34 years. It is an absolutely phenomenal building. For me, it's a structure that is so enormous, so incredibly strong. I think one of the 12 owners that had it got planning consent to put 4 stories on the top. And there is that amount of spare capacity in this building, if not more. It is a phenomenally strong building, which is obviously a great benefit to it. But the problem it's had is the last 34 years, the roof's been leaking, the windows have not been done, and it has just suffered a bit, as anybody would, being left out into the elements. And concrete doesn't really like being wet, and eventually it starts decaying, and the water gets into the concrete and it gets at the reinforcement, and the reinforcement expands and it starts cracking, which is what the problem we've got here is. The basic structure is absolutely sound, but it's got a lot of small defects, small cracks, which we have to deal with to make it structural. So that's the first thing we've got to do before we can do anything else to stop the rot, stop the water getting in, which we're going to do on a temporary basis. We'll seal the roof so that the water actually stops coming in. We then start repairing it. We clean off all the concrete, every bit of concrete. This bit doesn't tell the story. This was a new extension built in the 60s. And this bit, the roof is good on here, this bit hasn't leaked. You need to see the rest of the building to see the damage that water has done. So we're going to clean off all the concrete, see what we're dealing with, and then repair. I think the last we looked at, there were 782 bits of repair that we've got to do, and it grows daily. But we have to do that, stop the rot, stop the reinforcement expanding and blowing concrete off, and then we treat all the walls, and it won't happen again. We stop the water coming in. So that's our major job, and that will take us 4 months probably to do that, at least. But we're starting on this floor, because this is the floor, the first floor we want to let. So then you've got to imagine that there's going to be people in here in 3 or 4 months' time. So it's all the things that are associated with that. We've got to get water, proper water here, so they can have toilets, they can have electric lights. We've got to have all the stairs working safely so that there's room to escape. We've got to have ways of getting in, we've got to have ways of servicing the building. So everything else that we do will concentrate on that. And Chris and his team are working towards that. We've appointed Casper as the architect, who's got his work cut out, trying to keep everything under control. We've got a structural engineer, Roger Bunning, who's also involved in the pier, and we've got servicing consultants. So we've got the team there that are all working together. So everything we now do is going to be towards initially getting this floor occupied, then we're going to move up, we've got a second and third floor. But it's also thinking long term as to how we're going to deal with the whole building, how the building's going to be heated, how it's going to be the water supply, is there enough electricity, and all those sort of things to get the building going. But we'll have this initial phase, 2 phases, which will take us probably till certainly towards the end of this year. Then hopefully people will be in, we'll be getting more money in, and we can start looking at 2021, the beginning of when we start really doing the main discussion that you want to go into about.
We'll come back to it.
We'll come back to what the final building will look like. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Chris, you want to come and say a few words? Chris is the man leading the works on site and facing the day-to-day problems.
Yeah, my name's Chris Stockwell. It's Hastings Building Services. We did work on Rock House next door, and we're now working on this. It's an unusual project in as far as that the normal approach can't be done because of financing, and so we have to, there's a number of tasks we have to do. First thing is make it watertight up at the top. We also have to remove all the hoardings on the windows, but we've got to do all that without scaffolding, and so we're looking at sort of creative approaches. But it's the other aspect which is really important about this building project is that it's important that we employ local people, so it's not a case of there's a large contractor coming from outside and sucks the money out. But so the whole programme involves as much training as possible, and taking in people from different sources, but so that everyone who's involved in the project comes out of it knowing more about their craft or trade than when they started. One problem we got is the windows, which are all in various states of repair or disrepair, and what we can't do is just get a contractor to come in and replace all the windows. So what we're doing is setting up a joinery workshop in the building, which is going to have a number of people working whose sole job it is to repair and replace the windows. And so at the end of it, not only do we save huge sums of money, but at the end of this process, which will probably take about 2 years, there'll be people who'll be trained up, and there'll be a joinery workshop on site. And it's just, it seems to make sense. We've got no other choice because say the normal means aren't there. But in terms of relationship to the neighbours, I'm aware that it's not very nice when you've got a large building project going on, and we're obviously going to be acutely aware that we're not going to be making noises out of working hours, and there will be a certain amount of vehicle movement, but obviously there has to be because it's a building site, and we'll be as keep that to a limit that. The other thing is that you can have my number, my telephone number, so if any neighbour has got any issue at any time with anything going on in the building, they see something they don't like, or there's some noise or whatever, they can give me a call, and we can sort that out. But I think it's all I just say is if you're a neighbour, it's probably you should be glad that it's us doing it and not any other developer.